So, hello, Steve.
Hello, Lloyd.
It's very nice to see you on my computer, interactively. Um, we're talking today about SteemCamp UK, which is happening on May the 11th. And I just wondered, first of all, what I haven't caught up with you for a while. I haven't spoken one-to-one for a while. What do you think of Steam at the moment? What do you think are the big things that are going on?
I have to say, when you saying you want to talk about Steam Camp and stuff, I mean, it's been a while since that, and I think that the last real hype I felt was at Steam Fest last year in Poland, where dApps were the big thing. Everywhere you looked, had big posters for the dApps, and all the various people were talking. So that was the hot thing at the moment, and it was sort of less about what Steam themselves are doing, because the previous year it was all, we're going to have SMTs, and I think they mentioned communities, and we've got neither of those still a year and a half later. But we do have lots of other tokens that are appearing around Steam. I'm not totally sure how these work, but apparently I've got some because people have been giving them to me.
Oh, okay.
And some of them were worth a lot of money and now are worth less money. So
right,
that's the way of things.
What have you got?
I've got some beer tokens.
Okay.
From Detlev. I've got I think some engaged tokens. I'd have to look it up, but
yeah,
they seem to have appeared in when I go to the Steam Engine wallet. There are tokens there, but I don't know what I can really do with them at the moment.
Right. So these are Steam Engine tokens.
Yeah. Right. And then I'm also there's the ActiveFit ones as well. I'm accumulating those, but you can exchange them for votes. So that's good. People are doing that.
Okay.
So you get in a long queue when you do that, though.
Right.
But generally, I mean, Steam itself, the site hasn't changed a whole lot apart from splitting off the wallet, which I think probably confused a lot of people.
Confused me. That I had no idea it was happening until the day it happened.
Yeah, I mean, I think they tried to announce it because they had the Steemit blog posts, which do appear on the front page, assuming you're using Steemit and not another interface. So it had been mentioned, but it still obviously did catch a lot of people out. I think they need to put something in everyone's feed somehow, but I don't know if you can do that on other dApps really, because they have their own control over that. So that's been the big change. I mean, there's a few little changes, odd things, but my Steam experience, I mean, I'm using Partico a lot mobile now,
right?
Because it works fairly well. It's not perfect, but nothing is. I use eSteam on the desktop as well. I was using it on my phone, but I've switched over to Partico for now for that. And it's so there's a nice variety of interface to use. I haven't tried all of them. I mean, there's always Steam Peak, and I've used Busy as well. I mean, the advantage of using some of these is that they will give you a nice vote as well, which which Steemit don't. So I think that's a big reason a lot of people are using them. If you look on State of the dApps, you'll see Partico's quite a way up there. ActiveFit's doing well.
Yeah.
But Steemit's still the top one. But Drug Wars is apparently even better.
Okay.
For some reason, I've not really got into that. I had a look at it, and I'm earning a few cents a week from referrals.
Right.
And stuff,
okay.
But I'm not actively playing it. I don't really understand it, and it didn't look that interesting. No. I do play a bit of Steam Monsters now and then, but that's a bit frustrating because I just run up against people who are guaranteed to beat me all the time.
Sure.
But I've actually sold a few cards on there, so that's maybe a few dollars from ones I've won. So that's something out of that. But the other thing I've been doing is sort of trying to build people up to minnow status.
Okay.
So that's the 10k minnows project, which Pensive pushed me into kicking off, and I got a load of help from Paula G and other people on that with the initial push, and we haven't increased the numbers, but at the same time a lot of people are powering down So it's a sort of one goes up, the other one goes down. So we created a load of new minnows, but we lost a load of old ones. And,
Okay.
but I keep looking an eye on the numbers. So
Sure.
it's 9,300 or something, and the dolphins are getting up there. They're almost to 2,000, but not quite. I noticed we lost a couple of orcas this week.
Right.
So they're down to dolphins. So I've seen that people powering down.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that because I was doing the Steem flag rewards for quite a while.
Oh, yes, yeah, I remember.
Which I needed to take a break from because it was stressing me out a bit, and I needed to do something more positive, even though I think that does have good benefits.
Yeah, sure, Steem. It does, but it does have some personal, emotional content to it as well, doesn't it? Because it's
yeah, you get some retaliation and stuff, and I've been talking to a guy the last couple of days, and he's complaining because somebody flagged his post, and it was a 3-line post, and he bought a couple of $1 vote on it.
Right.
And I don't know how he's justifying buying the vote, but he says he was at a meetup which he'd organised apparently in Portland or somewhere.
Okay.
And he'd saved it too soon. Okay, so you can edit it. What's the big deal? And the flags you got were maybe 2 cents. When you say, "Oh, I'm going to leave Steem. Is this how you treat people? This is bullying," and it's all that stuff. But that's how it works, and it's your rewards are not yours until they pay out, and the system is designed so that people can control it and ideally send them where they're deserved. But we know it doesn't always work that way. So we still have. I have to say, I don't look at the trending page these days because it would just depress me.
No, me.
Because I'm sure the same old people whose name I won't mention are buying themselves big votes. I mean, one name I mentioned, we all remember Mr. Hagin from Korea.
Yes.
If you look, his name is a trending hashtag.
Okay.
I think he's the only one using it, and he's still voting himself some nice rewards, but not like he was before. Right. He's not thousands a day, maybe still hundreds. But it's a bit sad to see that. But a lot of people think the hashtags aren't representative really on the front page and not useful.
No.
And
I mean, one of the things is that we're still here. It's still it is still going after. I mean, we've been here 3 years now.
It's about 2.5 years. I've been.
2.5
It was August 16.
August.
I started.
Yeah.
So over 2.5 years, and some people I think it's just about 3 years now.
Sure.
So we've stuck with it, and I stick with it for the people more than the technology, to be honest.
Of course.
I've made a lot of friends on this platform, and obviously I've met them at Steem Fest and Steem Camp and the London meetups, which I've been getting to when I can.
Oh yes, yeah. I'm trying, but I'm further out. I'm finding it harder than ever to get into London. It's ridiculous.
Well, it's
half an hour away, but
Well, Rodrika's been doing a grand job on that, and I'll be seeing her and some others tomorrow, meeting up after the Blockchain Expo at Olympia.
Oh, great. Okay, super.
So I'm going to go and have a quick look around that after work, because I get to finish early on a Friday, which is nice to pop into town. Lovely.
So what what do you think you got from coming to Steem Camp last year?
It's the usual thing of you meet a bunch of different people that you might not meet otherwise. So you get to hear about what people are doing and what they want to do with Steem. Unfortunately, it wasn't as many people as we might have hoped last time. So I'm hoping it's going to be.
It's always
bigger.
I mean, it's always going to be hard to do a national event. But I keep plugging away, and we'll see. I'm sure that this, publishing this recording of this conversation will probably bring in hundreds of people, just to know that they're going to see you. So we're going to get together on May the 11th in Leicester. What do you think? What do you want to talk about?
Well, I can obviously bring my experience because I've I've been around Steam quite a while, and people do consider me, I don't know, maybe not a guru, but somebody who sort of knows what's going on, although it's getting harder and harder to keep track of all the stuff. But yeah, I don't have anything to sell, really. I've not got a business. I've got a job that pays the way, and I'm doing this for fun mostly. But I still see Steam as having great potential, and I want to do what I can to help it achieve that. So I've signed a few new people up, using the resource credits to create accounts for people. I actually did a whole load for people on Twitter, and I need to check, but most of them don't seem to be active yet. A couple says they haven't got around to it.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It's quite. I've signed a few people up myself, and yeah, one or two start, and a lot of them just don't ever get going at all.
It's yeah. When they can see they're earning something.
Sure.
Well, they should be. I mean, we who signed them up are guaranteed to give them some votes, really, and some re-steams. So they'll get something. So yeah, I mean, it seems. Well,
go on.
Despite this being one of the few planets, the platforms where just about anyone can earn something, people still seem happy to use other things that will never pay them a penny.
Yeah.
And the money isn't all about what it's all about, but it's a nice bonus for me. I mean, it's paid for my Steamfest trips and a few other things.
Sure, me too.
And, well, I'm hoping you should have powered it all up, but I want to get something out of it.
I know, I feel the same. I mean, if I just left everything there and never powered everything up and never powered anything down, I would have a lot of steam.
Yeah.
But I think I've always had the philosophy that it's a currency to be used, and that means powering down occasionally and taking some money out and using that for useful things.
Yeah. Where are we?
Oh yes.
These little 3D printed figures of the from GCHQ.
Oh, great!
Comic.
Yes, yeah, right. Sorry, it was a little out of focus. I didn't recognise him, but yes, I see that. Yes, I know. Yeah, brilliant.
Got a few other little bits and some pictures, and I want to see more of a market on Steam. I mean, there's somebody was saying the other day, how can I sell my comic on Steam? I think it's Dr. Watson.
Okay.
And there's been attempts at things for that, but I've not seen anything really persist. There was talk of something at the last Steam Fest, some sort of market site, but I've not heard much more on that. But
right. Well, we'll see. Well, yeah, and I'm hoping that there'll be a few newbies along at SteemCamp who we can work with and work on to get them going. So, but we'll see. I mean, the thing for me is that these things do depend on who turns up, and the structure of it is designed to make the most of whoever turns up, so that we're not kind of stuck listening to people we don't want to listen to. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the flesh and having a good conversation about this stuff, but also hoping that lots of other people will come along and join in too.
Yeah, I've been following the stuff Shani B has been saying. She seems she's really been pushing it to local organisations.
She's doing a great job on the ground in Leicester. Yeah, so we'll see who Shani brings along. Yeah,
so that'll be nice.
Great. Well, it's lovely talking to you, Steve, but I'll let you get on and enjoy the rest of this lovely spring evening. Yeah. I can see the sun shining on you as much as it is on me.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'll see you in a few weeks.
Yep. I will see you then.
Thanks very much, Steve. Bye-bye.
Bye.